The legend of King Midas is a famous tale from Greek mythology that narrates the life of a king whose name has become synonymous with greed and disastrous consequences. Midas ruled the region of Phrygia in Asia Minor, and although he was a wealthy and powerful man, his greed led him to make a decision that would change his life forever. The story begins when Midas saves the god Dionysus, also known as Bacchus, from a group of drunkards who had captured him. In gratitude for his bravery, Dionysus offers to grant Midas a wish, anything he desires. Without much thought, Midas wishes that everything he touches turns to gold. Despite Dionysus's warning that this wish could have unintended consequences, Midas insists. Dionysus grants Midas's wish, and the king soon discovers that his ability to turn everything into gold is more of a burden than a blessing. When he hugs his daughter, she turns into a golden statue. When he tries to eat, his food turns into precious metal. Greed and loneliness consume Midas as he realizes that his ill-conceived wish has ruined his life. Desperate to be freed from his wish, Midas goes to Dionysus and pleads for release from this curse. The god, moved by the king's plight, instructs him to go to the Pactolus River and immerse himself in its waters for purification. Midas follows the instructions, and as he plunges into the river, he regains his normal touch, losing the ability to turn everything he touches into gold. From that moment on, Midas becomes a wiser and more humble man. He renounces his wealth and learns the lesson that greed and avarice can have disastrous consequences. The story of King Midas has endured through the centuries as a warning about the dangers of excessive ambition and the importance of moderation and wisdom in decision-making. In addition to his famous Golden Touch story, King Midas is also known for his involvement in other mythological tales, such as the story of Synonymous, a companion of Dionysus who was rescued by Midas and later returned to Dionysus as a gesture of gratitude. Overall, the figure of Midas represents a timeless lesson about the perils of greed and the importance of noble values in life. The representation of Midas with donkey ears in some versions of his story stems from a specific incident mentioned in Greek mythology. According to one version of the story, after Midas freed himself from his wish to turn everything he touched into gold, he swore to keep the secret and not tell anyone about his experience. However, he was unable to keep his promise and confided the secret to someone. The secret eventually leaked and reached the ears of the god Apollo, who, angered by Midas's lack of discretion, decided to punish him. As a punishment, Apollo transformed Midas's ears into donkey ears to symbolize his lack of judgment and wisdom in not keeping the secret. This distinctive feature of donkey ears became an iconic trait in the representation of Midas in mythology and art. It represents the punishment he suffered for his indiscretion and lack of discernment. It serves as a reminder to people of the importance of being cautious and careful with what they say and whom they trust with their secrets. So, the donkey ears in Midas's representation are a symbol of his punishment for his lack of discretion and are not just a decorative element but have a specific meaning in the story of Greek mythology related to this character.